Dino, how much of an emergency fund do you recommend that someone has?
An emergency fund?
Yes.
I don't even have an emergency fund. I don't think of it that way. I just think you have to have savings, right? You have to have savings for retirement, which you're not supposed to touch, and you have to have savings in general, just savings. You have to have reserves. I look at it that way. I don't look at it as like I have an emergency fund. I mean, that's just nomenclature. I don't think there's a number for anybody because everyone's personal financial situation is different. So I look at things this way. This is how I look at things. It's more like, it's that proverbial holistic view of things. Mm-hmm. So how do you save money? How do you stash money away, right? If you have income, there's two types of way you spend your money. It's your necessities and your discretionary, right? Not to be technical, but that's true, right? You got to pay your rent, your mortgage. If you live in LA, you got to have a car, whatever that costs you. You got to pay for that. You got to have clothes. You got to have food, right? So to me, outside of the necessities, you look at your discretionary. Discretionary is like what? It's like non-necessities, right? A nicer car versus more clothes versus entertainment, whatever. So I believe people should save money by reducing their discretionary because that's the only place they can get money to save. So when you ask me how much of a reserves or emergency fund someone has, like for me, for example, I have a lot of reserves. It's just because of my life experience. I've been through like the great financial crisis. I've been through the dot-com bubble bust, and I was in the thick of those industries. And I was without a job for a while. Like when the dot-com bubble popped, right, I had a huge amount enough of a stash to go get my MBA because I was very, very, disciplined with my money. Right? In great financial crisis, I had a 3-year runway to cover my mortgage and everything through the money I stashed. But it's because I sacrificed a lot in my life. I sacrificed travel. When I was less wealthy, I sacrificed a lot of things. So my point is this. You're not going to like what I say. It's like how much of an emergency reserve or savings or non-retirement savings you should have. I would say as much as you can because you don't know when the sky is going to fall, right? Especially if you have dependents and children. Go on, Manja. Especially if you have like children or anything like that. Like when you're responsible for other people, you should try and have as much as you can. But of course, let's be realistic. There are people in certain situations where they can barely put food on the table. I don't have an answer to that. It just, my only suggestion is try to limit your discretionary spending and try and save as much money as you can. Number one, and that's non-retirement. Retirement, if anyone can, the first and foremost thing they should put aside is into their retirement account because it's tax deferred. It's so advantageous for you. And if you work in a company, it's matched at most times on the 401k. So do that first. And then after whatever you have left, try and save as much as you can. And based on reality is you have to cut your discretionary. And that's my advice.